Well, hard to believe, but with 6 weeks in the books, the trade deadline on the horizon, October 29th, 4 o'clock Eastern. So with that, you start to look at who might be headed where and who could use a change of scenery. In your estimation, Dan, who out there might benefit from a change?
I think the obvious answer is Jalen Ramsey in Jacksonville. It seems like he's been pushing for this, angling for this for a while now, and the front office hasn't wanted to do it. Ugly situation all the way around. It seems like both sides would benefit from a Jalen Ramsey trade at this point.
You know, I'm going to stay at the position, but I'm going to go to Patrick Peterson. This is a guy who's been out early on this season. I think you're moving into a new era in Arizona where it's going to be more offense, more Kyler Murray. Patrick Peterson is a guy who I think would have value on the trade market. And I know for him, he wants to win. He wants to be a part of an organization that's going to a championship. He's not going to Larry Fitzgerald his life in Arizona. And so I think for him and for the organization, you get something back in return for him, but also allow him to go out and get an opportunity to win that ring, which is something I know that he really covets.
Yeah, and I think, to me, what teams are really needful right now.
I like that
to me, I start with, like, Philly, okay? Any of those DBs, Chris Harris, Peterson, any of these guys, Jalen Ramsey, if they could add that kind of player, would really help. And the Chiefs need some help anywhere they can, all three levels of their defense.
Let me ask you about Von Miller. Dan, I think you've reported that it's not likely that he'll be on the move, but is that the case? Do you expect that could change?
I think it could if the price gets high enough, right? I mean, this is a valuable player. This is a player who and is on a very manageable contract for an elite pass rusher, which I think, he still is, right? I mean, it's not.
Yes.
So I think if the offers get crazy, then Denver has to look at it. And they're very insistent now that they won't. But, in 2 weeks, somebody starts offering, first-round picks, multiple. You have to think about it. What you have to do is decide whether he's part of your long-term future, if you want to address the contract yourself going forward and make that decision. And if the answers to that are no or you're not sure, then I think you have to consider, especially if the offers get really good.
Right.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Another player sort of battling his way back, not from suspension, but from injury, is A.J. Green. Where might he be a fit should they decide to move on?
I think a guy like A.J. Green is a fit anywhere.
Right.
And when you look at a team like the New England Patriots, and I mentioned them, one, because they have a need. Two, the New England Patriots do things like this. They want to make their team better as the season progresses. Now, the rest of the league will be sick about it, but if you can add a guy like A.J. Green with Tom Brady, we've seen what he's done when he has a number one pass receiver or number one pass catcher, whether it's Randy Moss, Rob Gronkowski. You add A.J. Green, it's going to get really scary for a lot of teams that have to face the Patriots.
As if it's not scary enough already.
I can't believe we're entertaining that because there's no way Mike Brown is letting that happen. There's no way he's going to trade his best player.
And A.J. has said he doesn't want to go anywhere. So, but he's in the final year of a contract, too. So, I mean, you have to – again, you have to think about it, or you have to think about signing him. If not, you might want to get something in return.
Yeah, I'd like to be shocked. I mean, that would be good for A.J. if he were all of a sudden.
Oh my God!
Can you imagine? Talk about a change in scenery and a situation that upgraded. Do you expect an active or inactive?
Active.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Any particular reason that it would be?
It's getting more and more so every single year, and a lot of it has to do with the way things have been structured around the league. Now you can trade compensatory draft picks. You have a lot of creativity that lends itself to on the trade market. You have teams that are happy to improve themselves via trade versus free agency because it keeps them from having to give up those compensatory draft picks. So, yeah, I think it's going to get more and more active every year.
Well, not to mention players who are sort of throwing their weight around also more and more, who say, like Jalen Ramsey, who say, I'm in a situation that I don't like and I'm going to sort of stomp my foot until I get out. I've been trying that. It's not nearly as effective.
Is that not working at home?
It's not working at home. It's not working anywhere, Coach, as it turns out. Again, the trade deadline, October 29th, 4 o'clock Eastern. We will cover it fully on NFL Live. We hope you join us.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, more analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+. We'll see you there.